Hi everybody, this is Miss S from Excelsior Charter School, and today I'm going to be covering geometry, the quarter one performance task. So to begin with, when you look at the performance task, there's going to be a couple of different maps that show you a couple of different map keys. And each map key is different based on which map you're looking at. But in this performance task, you're going to be creating a map with a map key, and you must have them both. So you have to have your map and your key, and then your map has to include at least 5 roads, at least 8 different buildings or places. 6 of them can be any shape you want. More than likely they end up being rectangles or squares, but they can be any shape you want. You have to have one that is a right triangle, and you have to have one that is a polygon with more than 4 sides. The first question on your performance task shows you an image of the children's garden at the Huntington Library, and you just have to write down at least 4 shapes that you see in that garden. So then we're going to get started on your map. So I went ahead and drew one. In no way should yours look just like mine. So to begin with, you have to have 2 parallel roads. So you could have, maybe a road that goes like this. So there's 2 parallel lines. And maybe a road that goes like this. And so you have 2 sets of 2 parallel lines. So this one is parallel to that one. And then you have to have one road that is perpendicular. And so we have to have a transversal here that's perpendicular, maybe something like this. And we could write down that, this is a right angle here and here, maybe something like that. You have to have a road that has positive slope, so it goes up from left to right. And so we want to make that transversal, kind of goes like this here, something like that. And then you have to have a road that has negative slope, so it goes down from left to right. So maybe, something that crosses like this. So you have a bunch of parallel lines, and then you have 3 transversals. And those are your 5 roads. You do need to name these 5 roads. Since I don't have any space here on this diagram to actually write in the name of the roads, which you guys will have on your paper, I'm just going to use road A, road B, road C, road D, and road E. And on my map key, I'm going to put the names. So this is what I've named my roads. I named Road A, Elm Street, Road B, Pine Avenue, Road C, Maple Road, Road D is Oak Avenue, and Road E is Ashwood Boulevard. Again, you can put that in your actual map and on your key. All right, now we move on to our buildings or our places. So we need to draw 2 buildings that are on corresponding angles. Now, you can use whichever transversal you want. It doesn't matter, but they have to be in corresponding positions. So if I was to use my one over here that's perpendicular, maybe I would put a building right here like this, and maybe I would put another one here like this. And on your paper that you have, you can actually put the name of these places inside of them. Again, I don't have a lot of space here, so I'm just going to call this building 1 and building 2. And I will include these on my map key as well, but we'll get to that in a second. Our next buildings that we need to draw, buildings or places, have to be alternate interior angles. So if I choose line D here as my transversal, alternate interior, so inside roads A and B, and alternating sides of D might be like this spot right here and this spot right here. And again, since I don't have a lot of room, I can name this 3 and 4. The next 2 buildings that we need to make are same side exterior angles. So if I use road E here as my transversal, on the exterior outside of our parallel lines A and B, that might be like this spot right here like this. And same side of our transversal E on the exterior would be like this spot right here. And again, since I don't have a lot of room, I can call this number 5 and I can call this number 6. Our next one that we need to draw is a right triangle. So I can put it anywhere I want to. I'm going to go ahead and just put it right up here like this. So here's my right triangle. And I'm going to label this number 7. And then the last one we need to draw is a polygon with more than 4 sides. And again, you can put this wherever you want to. I'm going to go ahead and make mine real big and put it kind of here like this. And I'm just going to add a couple more lines here like that. And I'm going to call this number 8. So now I need to work on my map key, which explains all of these things that I've just drawn. If, again, on your paper, you can write it right next to this, or you can write some of this information inside, but you still need to have a map key. And again, yours would be more than likely right next to your drawing, but I don't have the space. So let me go to my map key. All right, this part you've already seen. It tells what the names of all of my roads are, and that's all you had to do for your roads. And so then I move on to my buildings. All right, so number 1 and number 2 were my corresponding buildings, and I made number 1 a bank and number 2 a restaurant. Number 3 and 4 were my alternate interior angles, and I made 1 a city park and 1 a dog park. And then number 5 and number 6 were my same side exterior angles. I made 1 of those a school and 1 of them a community center. And notice I wrote down what all these were. In the red it was corresponding, in the blue it was alternate interior, and in the green it's same side exterior angles. And when you read your problem here, when you read your on Canvas, it says to include an equation with the sum for our same side exterior angles in our map key. So that's why I have this part right here. Because if you have same side exterior angles, remember same side are supplementary, which means they added up to 180. So that's why I wrote that. And then to continue on, my right triangle, I made that a gas station. And Canvas tells me I need to include the Pythagorean theorem in my map key. So that's why I have this part right here, because this is our Pythagorean theorem for right triangles. A squared plus b squared equals c squared. And then the last part for my polygon with more than 4 sides, I actually used a hexagon, which has 6 sides. Hexagon, let me write that down here. I made it a sports complex. And then it tells me in Canvas to use the polygon angle sum theorem to find the measure of the sum of its angles and to include that in my map key. So that's what I've done right here. So the polygon angle sum theorem says n minus 2 times 180 gives you the total degrees inside of that figure. I had 6 sides, so I plugged in my 6 for n. 6 minus 2 is 4, and 4 times 180 equals 720 degrees total. And that is how you get a big fat A on your performance task, you guys. Again, remember your key and your map can't look exactly like mine. Make sure it is different. Make different lines, choose different buildings, try to be creative. I like to use different colors. I think it makes it easier to see everything. And try to keep it all on one paper if you can. That way it's easier for everybody to grade. If you need to use 2 papers, that's fine, but 1 paper is the best. Anyway, you guys, good luck, everybody. Give me an email if you have any questions. I'm amys@excelsior.com. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day.